Hello everybody, welcome back. This is our belated video we promised you, the Karaage Wars. So Karaage is traditional fried Japanese chicken, and in this video we are going to compete. My husband and I are going to compete. He is going to do the cheat style first. You're going to see that in a minute, where he's using the bento sachet and an air fryer. And I'm also going to compete with him with the traditional style ingredients that I have here. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
I don't know what I'm doing, so don't worry about me. I'm doing the cheat version of Japanese karaage. Why I say cheat version? Well, let's see. I've already got the chicken diced, and I've got the bento Japanese karaage chicken mix. So apparently all I've got to do is mix this with this in here, and then put it in here, cook it over there, and we'll have some karaage, hopefully, if all goes well. So, my wife, who is hiding on the other side of the camera at the moment, she is going to be attempting to do it more traditional style. We're making up the karaage mix, actually frying the karaage. Well, I'm just cheating, so I wanted to see. I found this at the supermarket one day, and I mean, hey, that looks good. Maybe we should give it a try. And then it sat in the cupboard for months. So I finally decided that we're going to do something about it. So I'm going to cut this open first because my hands are about to get very sticky. I have no idea what this is going to be like.
Don't mind the dog in the back.
Yeah, she's just hanging around because it's chicken. She loves her chicken. Now this is just a straight, yeah, it's just a powdery batter type stuff. So that is hopefully what this is going to end up looking like, but we'll see what happens. So firstly, I'll break the chicken apart a bit. It's all diced up. Well, some of the diced pieces are quite large. And then apparently the instructions literally just say, coat 500 grams of cubed chicken with a bento, leave to stand for 3 minutes, then place it in an air fryer. Okay. Well, that's what we're meant to do, apparently. So, I just roll this all around in here. Make sure that's all lovely and coated. Pretty easy. And we might put a little bit more light on the subject here. Might make things easier. That's probably better. Oh, so we get the base in there, the liner, stop it from getting all messy. Now, it says spray oil liberally. Well, we've got to be liberal with our oil, so we'll get some lovely extra virgin olive oil spray.
Well, you can use vegetable oil spray or whatever canola sprays that you've got.
Now, I'm probably going to have to do this in a couple of batches because there's not enough room in our air fryer. We do not have a big air fryer. I won this, by the way. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I won it in one of these silly shopping centre competitions. So I'm not going to complain too much. So that's hopefully all I have to do, according to the instructions. Coat it up in that stuff, put it in there, and then spray with oil. So I'm spraying it with oil. Oh, yeah, that's really smart, people. It causes the powder to fly up in the air. Oh. Now, air fry, set to 200 for 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, we will put it into the air fryer, turn him on, temperature 200. Oh, we'll set it for 10 to start with, and we'll see what happens. Start. Okay, now we've just finished cooking, and I did realise one mistake I made before I put it in there. There was an instruction that said after mixing this all together, you meant to leave it for like 3 to 5 minutes for the batter to stick and to coat. So I didn't do that with this first batch, but we'll see how it turns out. Smells good. It looks pretty good. So what we shall do now is we'll put that out to cool. Oh, And so it's not heavily coated. Like I've seen some karaage that has a very thick battering, but I suppose that's more for when you're doing frying, when you're deep frying batter and deep frying your karaage. This is obviously, as I said, this is a bit of a cheats version, but we're going to try, see what the second batch comes up with. I'm going to put some oil on the bottom to start with this time, rather than the other way around. And that way, this stuff does seem to be much better coated than the first batch. So hopefully this will come out even better, although that still looks good. I mean, certainly it's going to get eaten. But yeah, I think this batch will come out a bit better because it's got more, oh dear. I've definitely used up more of the mix than I probably should have with the chicken, but that's all part of the fun and games. So this is going to go back in. Yeah. Now that was only 10 minutes, and as you can see, that is well and truly cooked right through. Yummy. Yep, that's definitely very good. And I'm going to see, it'll be interesting to see what this next batch comes out like. Now that I've actually let that sit, and, well, what do we do? We'll just let it go and we'll have a look at what the second batch comes out like. But I think it's a success for some quick and easy karaage. If you're just in a rush and need to cheat, there's nothing wrong with cheating. Ooh, now that I've tasted that, it's got a little bit of spice to it. So it's really nice. So thank you very much. I think I have had a success here, certainly not a failure. But how it stacks up to traditionally made karaage, well, I guess we'll find that one out later.
Okay guys, we're back to me and we are going to make some karaage traditional Japanese style. You're going to need a few ingredients. So the first thing you're going to need is your chicken thigh. Now that can be in 455 grams or 1 pound. You can obviously use more of that if you want to. You're going to need a tablespoon of sake. So this is cooking sake here. You can get it from any Asian shop. You're going to need a teaspoon of sugar. That's white sugar there. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Now I'm going to use the Japanese low salt one, which is what we should have used in the previous cooking video. We're also going to need a tablespoon of ginger. Now you can use the fresh ingredients if you have them. You're also going to need some garlic. Again, you can use fresh cloves of this as well if you have some. Obviously, half an egg. You're going to need a third of a cup of, or 40 grams of potato starch, or as we call it in the West, in Australia, corn flour. So don't use it very often, so we're going to use that today. And we're also going to use some cooking oil. Now, I've got vegetable oil here. I'm not sure how it would go with other types of oil. So further ado, we're going to start with the first part. So we're going to combine all the ingredients. And we also need to cube up our chicken. So let's get started. Okay guys, so first thing we're going to have to do is cube our chicken. So this is a little bit more than we usually have. So obviously this has been defrosted early this morning because we've had some pretty hot weather. Okay, so take our chicken thighs out, and I'm just going to show you how to cube this safely. Okay. Obviously make sure that your knife is nice and sharp. So let's just take a small piece here. Fingers out the way. Cube. You don't want to make them too big. It's probably a little bit on the small side. So very slippery. So Obviously I've got more than the recommended amount, so I'm just going to put that in our bowl just here. Here you go, and we'll get started on the rest. Okay guys, we are back and we need to do the marinade now. So here's our chicken all ready to go. Now this is more than 455 grams, so we are going to have to double what we would normally put in. So the first thing we're going to put in is our tablespoon of sake. So obviously we have to put in 2 tablespoons of sake for this. Okay. Right. 1, 2. Okay. Next, our teaspoon of sugar. And of course it'll be 2 teaspoons of sugar. Okay. Next we have to crack open our soy sauce. Of course it'll be 2 tablespoons of this. Okay, here we go. Now normally it would be 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, but obviously we have to double it, so I have to put in another 2. 1, 2. Okay. Just got to rinse this out. Next we have to put in a tablespoon of ginger grated, and again we have to double this, so here we go. There we go. 1, 2. So with a clove of garlic, if you're not sure how that equivalent works out, it usually equates to 1 clove of garlic is 1 teaspoon. So obviously we need 2 because we're doubling this. Okay, there you go. 1, 2. And the original recipe, as we said, was half an egg, so we're going to use a full egg for the remainder of this one. So, crack the egg. And whisk it in. So beat it all up. Okay. So here we go, there is our mixture. This is our marinade. So our egg is fully beaten in, and then we're gonna pour that in. Now for marinade, we actually need to cover this with plastic. So we're going to cover this with plastic, and we're going to marinate this for 15 minutes. So we'll get back to you very soon. Well guys, I did make a bit of a mess. The egg wasn't meant to be in there, but we've stuck some egg in the karaage anyway. That is meant for later for the crumbing. My fault. And and what I should have told you was you need to blend all of the ingredients with the chicken and put it on for 15 minutes. So this, I'm still 100%, so my apologies guys. So when you do the marinade, don't put any egg in it, and that is for later, and make sure you mix it in well. So it's been on for about 10 minutes marinating now, so we need to wait a little longer. So full marinade is for 15, and you need to put it in with some cling wrap or saran wrap, whatever you want to call it. What we're going to do after that is that we are going to we're going to crumb our karaage, and then we're going to prepare it for frying. Now, again, like I said, we don't have a deep fryer. What I do have is an electric fry pan, which probably will work just as well. It doesn't say in the ingredients how much oil you need, only that it needs to be for our Americans, 340 degrees Fahrenheit, and for all other metric users, including Australia, 170 degrees Celsius. So if you don't have anything like that, there's several ways you can test it to make sure that it's okay and set at the correct temperature. If you have a temperature, if you have a temperature gauge of some kind, like a thermometer, that's fantastic. You guys are well ahead of the pack, or you do have a fryer that actually can detect the right temperature. You can use bamboo sticks as well. I'm told the old bread method is good too, like a cube of bread, because you don't want it to be too brown. You just want it to be golden brown and fully cooked, and it should take anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes. So we'll get back to you in a minute. Deep fryers don't generally come with a temperature gauge, so you just need to check to see. And this looks like it's golden. These are what they look like when they're marinated like that. So we've put two-thirds of a cup of corn flour because we've doubled the mix, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Here's our taste tester.
Why am I the guinea pig? Juicy, yummy. Alright, this is mine, you get yours later.
Okay guys, that concludes our Karaage Wars video. Which one did you think was better? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out our socials on Instagram, Facebook, and of course you're watching us on YouTube, and you can also check out any updates we have on our website as well. From all of us here, including my husband who is getting ready to make some more over there, John Martinet, and we'll see you next time. Bye!